What's brewing, coffee lovers? Welcome to the Caffeine Show. In this episode, we're going to do some home roasting in this popcorn popper with some Sri Lankan green coffee we've just received. We're then going to brew that up in a Barisieur, which is a tea and coffee brewing alarm clock. Firstly, we wanted to share the feedback that we got this week on the Cafe Bonbon. We received some tweets and some DMs and emails from people that had tried it, and they were pretty excited by it too. So thanks very much. Please keep those things coming in. We love seeing what you're up to, and we love the feedback on this channel. So we're back here and we've got our popcorn popper out, and we were contacted by a gentleman called Sudesh a little while ago who introduced us to the story of Sri Lankan coffee. Now, I've never heard of Sri Lankan coffee, but apparently it was grown there for many years. In 1815, under British rule, Ceylon, the country we now call Sri Lanka, started the first coffee plantations, and by 1847, coffee was grown over 250,000 acres. However, in 1886, the Ceylon coffee industry was hit really hard by leaf rust, a devastating fungal disease, which pretty much wiped out the industry there. However, in 2006, the Japanese Fair Trade identified the potential of rebooting the Sri Lankan coffee industry. So we took the green from Sudesh and we took it to Dumo from the roasting department and did a little sample roasting.
It's behaving very in a similar way to our Cameroon coffee.
From that, we could also then do some roasting in here and see how it goes. Now, we also did a feature on home roasting in things like popcorn popper and various other things a few years ago. But as I was digging through my cupboards, I found this little thing again, and I thought, let's have another go with this. So we've got a popcorn popper, and we're going to get around 70 to 75 grams of the green coffee. I've already kind of got this weighed out here already, but I just want to show you. Please do your research into your popcorn popper. We picked this up for £15 on eBay, so we got quite a good deal on it. But it is a slightly beefier version than some of the ones that you'll find around today. Okay, so we're about 1 minute 30 in, and we're starting to hear the first signs of cracking. I want to get this just past first crack, so once it's all settled down, we'll kind of cut it there. Getting a bit of smoke coming off it now. Three minutes in. Okay, I think we're going to kill it there. We need to get this out quick. Whew, that's hot. Okay. We need to cool this down as quick as we can. As you can see, there's a lot of smoke in the room at the moment. I want to take this outside and cool it down. So we've now roasted our coffee. I suggest that's just off first crack. It took us around 3 minutes to get to this point. And I would suggest this is probably around filter, possibly Omni Roast. You might be able to do it as an espresso. You shouldn't really be brewing this up now for at least, I don't know, 8 hours or so, or at least a day or so. But we're going to give it a go. We're going to unbox the Barisieur, and then we're going to try this coffee in that machine. This episode is brought to you today by the Department of Brewology typographic posters. There are 9 beautiful designs to choose from and are available exclusively in the UK through the Caffeine Mag website. Each poster depicts a different brew method, from V60s to espressos, and the perfect gift for the coffee lover in your life. You can also get a 20% off using the code YouTube. Links are in the description down below. So up next we have this, and it's called the Barisieur. We're going to unbox this and give it a try with the Sri Lankan coffee that we roasted earlier in the popcorn popper. To bring you up to speed though, the Barisieur was successfully crowdfunded in mid-2016, and we're honoured to be one of the first people to test this, as these are the first production units and they're only just being sent out to backers now. We're not going to go through every single feature, but we're going to give you a rough overview and a good look over it. First off, it comes in this really sturdy box with a lovely carry handle. That's always great. I'm just going to flip this open. Straight away here we've got a sticker, tells us how we can do a quick start on this. And then we're going to open this up. Got some good solid packing. Wow, okay. So this is really beautifully presented here. You've got the cup, the filter, the container that holds the water. This is to hold milk. And the interesting thing about this as well is that it's kept cool. The top section here, it's really beautiful, isn't it? It's walnut. Let's move that to the side. And then we're going to take this whole section out. And then we have the main base unit. Wow, that's stunning. So it looks like some kind of high-end hi-fi stereo unit. We're going to build it up, show you what it's like. Okay, so we're going to go through a couple of little features here and give you a brief tour around it. As you can see, it's all built up here. Water will go in here, coffee goes in here, and that's where the brewing will happen, and obviously it dispenses it down into your cup. In here is a little drawer with a beautiful little spoon, so if you want to pre-grind your coffee and put it in the morning, you can do that, or you can grind it and stick it in the top there before you start. Here we have the clock. This will tell you your alarm time and also the current time. The interesting thing here is on the left hand side here in the center, we have a little dial, and it has the numbers -5, 0, 5, 10 and 15. So what that does is that at the time of the alarm, it can have the brewing starting 5 minutes before. So when the alarm goes off, the coffee is ready, or it starts brewing as the alarm goes off, or brews after the alarm has gone off. You've got a number of options there. It's really, really nice. You have a volume switch here to turn up and down the beep. That's the beep from the alarm. And on the just here you have another large dial which is used to set a lot of these parameters. You kind of click and hold, and then we should have some flashing going on. We can change the time of our alarm. My only criticism at this point is that pinging noise is quite annoying, but you can turn that up and down. Turn it up, and you can turn it down. So slightly less annoying. However, if you just want to brew immediately, there is another button here called Make, and you just hold this down for 3 seconds and it will just instantly start brewing the coffee. Okay, we're going to set this thing running now. We're going to just we're just going to hold this Make button. Let's see what happens. The amount of coffee here and water isn't a great deal. The max line here is around 170, 175 grams, which kind of translates to around 12 grams of coffee in here if you're going to follow that 60 grams per litre ratio. So it's coming up to temperature now. As you can see, the water is moving down the channel and it's now starting the brewing process. We're going to let this cool down and then we're going to dive in and just chase some coffee. Okay, so we brewed this coffee now in the Barisieur. Just a couple of things I wanted to point out about this. All this glassware is made bespoke for this machine, and while it is meant to be something, I think, to be by your bedside as a lovely one-cup brewer, it's so stunning that I would very, very happily have this out on my kitchen worktop or something like that. I know the guys at Barisieur are looking into making a 2-cup model at some point in the future, but I've got to say this is quite lovely. I would quite like this myself, to be honest. So you know, this is a wonderful piece of kit. Go and check them out. We'll leave the links down in the description down below. What do you think of it? Is it something you'd consider buying? Let us know. Back to the coffee. As this cools down, there is that wonderful orangey chocolate sort of flavour profile to this. There is that sort of baker's chocolate hint of bitterness in the back, which is very pleasant. There is a orange, tangerine, citrus quality up front, which again, very, very pleasant. It's not the kind of coffee which is going to blow your socks off, let's say that. So I wouldn't want to compare this coffee to something like a very high-grown Kenyan or a geisha or anything like that. It's certainly not in that ballpark. However, if you're a fan of Brazilian coffee, if you're a fan of, you know, good Central and South American coffee, this is very comparable, and this is, you know, actually very good, considering this was roasted by me on a popcorn popper. Green coffee that, to be frank, actually was a bit dry when we got hold of it. I'm sure new crops that come through will be better stored, you know, maybe, you know, shipped in Grain Pro sacks. I think it could be really quite fantastic. So look out for Sri Lankan coffee. I think it's something that could be quite big in the future. And cheers. So that's where we're going to end it. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy what we're trying to do here on the Caffeine Show. Please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. If you want to see our latest video, then click a tap down there on the screen and you'll be able to see our other episodes. Thanks very much for watching.